Picking your travel destination isn't as simple as it sounds. There are a few things that are good to consider before choosing. Which questions are important to be answered, and the flow of proper travel planning is about to be much clearer. Let's say that you like to visit Spain, but how to plan your trip so you can have the best time ever? Let's start by choosing the region that could be the most interesting for you. Is it going to be up north, where you have both the seaside and an excellent access to the rest of Europe if you decide to move on during travel, to France or Italy? Or somewhere east, the home of most amazing views and art to enjoy? Are you going to choose the south to explore the rich history and blends of culture? Or you're someone who considers the capital as the heart of the place and will decide to go to Madrid? When picking the region or the city, it is important to think, what will you do there? And what is that place famous for? Would you like your trip to be calming, where you would relax and enjoy the beach? Or exciting, where you'd go to an event that place is famous for, like bullfighting or El Clásico? Or you're into exploring history, museums, and art? Whatever you choose, it's important to do thorough research and save yourself any last-minute trouble. You want your traveling to be the best it can be, and if you do good research, it will. Firstly, think of the number of days you can spare. If it's something short, it surely wouldn't be practical to go someplace far away and lose your days in transport. Or, if it's quite long, like 10 days or a few weeks, you might consider going somewhere on the other side of the world. The first on your to-do list that sometimes even determines the destination is the ticket. Not only the cost, but the schedule of the flights or rides, and does it match your dates and budget. Then, based on your days and budget left after buying your ticket, could you afford a hotel, a motel, or renting a place? If you're staying for a very long time, hotels can be expensive, so Airbnb might save the situation. But if you're staying for 3 days, it's going to be quite hectic, so you should invest in a comfy bed. Which events might be happening at the time of your stay? How much they cost? Are they worth visiting? Are you really interested in visiting them? Think of this when planning your budget. It's a shame to miss something you'd love to see but forgot to fit it in your budget, or to spend your money on something that you're not that excited about. Also, what's the standard of the place and what are the local prices like? For how much money you'd be able to get a good meal that you like? Remember that you will be hungry too. When traveling, you're spending a lot of energy. One of the most useful shortcuts when planning my trips are apps. Not just the official content, but reviews and comments, because you never know. But also be careful in evaluating the reviews and who likes what. Maybe reviews say that there aren't many wines to choose from in that restaurant, but you don't tend to drink wine when traveling anyway, so that's not a useful review for you. Think of your criteria when looking into customer reviews. Travel guides are important. They're based on different criteria that can be useful in various ways. Guides help you find the region that suits you the best. Is it next to the sea? Next to the event you're going to? Does it have the lowest prices? Pin the things you want to see and book your stay where you have the most pins. It's practical and you save a lot of time instead of riding the bus to everywhere around the city most of your travel. Don't forget the airport. You don't want the airport to be too far if you're in a big city. It can take up to hours, and you don't need to panic on the last day. The most important step is to estimate your daily budget. How much are the tickets for the museums? How much you'll spend for lunch and for a snack or drink? Are you going to take any tours via hop-on, hop-off bus or hotel program for tourists? Plan your cents. After research, and more research, book your flight, hotel, tours, and everything you decided to see in addition. When picking a hotel, always choose free cancellation. You never know. Some of the airlines with best prices are EasyJet, Wizz Air, or the national airlines of the country you go to. Air France for France, Austrian Airlines for Austria, etc. Save money wherever you can, but go for practical. Use Uber, take the advantage of tourist card or student prices where applicable. By planning in advance and pinning my destinations on Google Maps, I've seen almost everything that Paris has to offer in 13 hours. I booked an EasyJet ticket from Geneva, flying at around 6 a.m., arriving at 7 a.m. used Uber to drive from the airport to the city center, where I had breakfast and a wake-up coffee. At around 10 a.m., I started my tour that I planned in advance, visiting Champs-Élysées, Eiffel Tower, Louvre Museum, and then had lunch downtown. Drove off to Notre Dame, bought some beautiful souvenirs, and headed to the airport around 7 p.m. Always remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish.